Tired of dropping your phone or struggling to prop it up? Meet the Pop Sockets phone grip with expanding kickstand in black, your new must-have accessory. Don't miss out. Grab yours today. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Hello and welcome to ChatGPT Insights. Today, we're talking about a fascinating experiment where our user turned to an AI assistant for help planning a photo shoot in Copenhagen. They wanted to tap into its creative potential and see how well it could provide guidance on a specific theme. So, the user asked ChatGPT to plan a winter smartphone photo shoot in Copenhagen, and what they got was a detailed itinerary with 5 locations. Sounds great, right? But things took an interesting turn when our user decided to take a more flexible approach, visiting each location in close succession rather than following the original plan. Let's dive into how this went down. Our user started at Nyhavn, which turned out to be a stunning backdrop for their photos. They cleverly incorporated reflections of the canal and even experimented with lower angles by crouching down. It was clear that ChatGPT had provided some great suggestions, but also left room for creativity and improvisation. As our user made their way through the city, they started to notice that some of ChatGPT's recommendations didn't quite align with what they were seeing in real life. For example, when they arrived at Christianshavn and canals, instead of taking photos of the canals as suggested, they opted for more abstract shots of the facades and contrasting colors. But here's the thing, our user wasn't just blindly following ChatGPT's instructions. They were using their own judgment to interpret the suggestions and adapt them to their vision. And it's clear that this approach paid off. Their photos ended up being unique, interesting, and full of character. Now, you might be wondering if ChatGPT has some real potential for planning photo shoots. The answer is yes and no. On the one hand, the AI did provide some excellent guidance on lighting, composition, and even specific apps to use. And it's great that our user was able to tap into these resources to create something special. On the other hand, there were also some limitations to ChatGPT's abilities. For example, our user encountered outdated information about the city, including a fire that had destroyed the old stock exchange building in 2024. This highlights one of the challenges of relying on AI, ensuring that the information is current and accurate. But overall, this experiment was a great reminder that even with AI assistance, creativity and adaptability are key to producing something truly remarkable. And who knows? Maybe our user will use ChatGPT again in the future, but this time with a more refined understanding of what they need from their AI partner. That's all for today's episode of ChatGPT Insights. Thanks for joining us on this exploration of creativity and AI. Don't forget to follow us on social media for more stories like this one.